our quick review on South America. We're going to take a quick look at the 13 countries of South America, the physical features of South America beyond the Amazon River, and finally some of the cultural characteristics that we discussed in class. Hang on tight, the test is coming soon. Get to know the stuff. See you there. A real quick alphabetical tour around South America. We'll start us in Argentina. Argentina at the bottom is mainly grasslands, a lot of cattle. Many years our fast food restaurants have gotten their cattle meat from Argentina. Brazil, that's the biggest country there. B Brazil, the Amazon River area. Next up is Bolivia. Bolivia is the largest of the two landlocked countries. Bolivia is large and landlocked. Moving on to the seas, Chile, which is along the coast. Most of the Andes Mountains are there. It's long country, Chile. Going north now, another sea, Colombia. We discussed Colombia in class when we talked about the drug trade. Colombia is connected to Panama. Ecuador, which is a smaller country. One way to remember Ecuador is right along the equator, smaller and along the equator. Moving on to the F's, one of the more difficult ones to try and solve as you go through is French Guiana. It is the furthest east of the countries. It's really less than a country, it's more of a possession of France, but French Guiana is the furthest one to the east. Furthest one to the west is Guyana, and that is where we talked about Reverend Jim Jones. Paraguay is the smaller of the two landlocked countries. Paraguay is there next to Bolivia. Peru, moving along back to the west side of the country. Peru is where the Incas and Machu Picchu are located. Now going back up to the three smaller countries, Suriname is the middle of the three smaller countries. Suriname in the middle. Moving down south, below Brazil is Uruguay. Most of you, as we look at the physical features, the Rio de la Plata is there. That's where it comes in by Montevideo. And last but not least, kind of looking like a V up top, is Venezuela. Venezuela is what we talked about, all the political unrest right now and who the leader of the country actually is. A lot of oil was there. But now I'm going to turn it over to our good friend Tyler. We've talked to Tyler all year long. Tyler, thanks for your video work. Here's one last look at how to memorize or get to know the countries of South America.
Hello, my name is Tyler, and I teach high school English, economics, and social studies, including geography. And today you're going to learn in just a few minutes the 12 countries and the one dependency on the South American continent. South America is located in the Western Hemisphere, mainly in the Southern Hemisphere, below, North and Central America. First, we're going to start out with this big, huge country here. This is the biggest country in South America. It's big. Did I mention it's big? Big B, Brazil, okay? Big B, Brazil. Under Big B, Brazil, is under Uruguay, okay? Now this little parachute-looking country here kind of looks like a parachute for Uruguay. This parachute is Paraguay, okay? Paraguay. Now here's our next country and a little story to go along with it. This is a pirate and his girlfriend are going out on a date. The pirate's name is Arg, okay? Arg. And his girlfriend's name is Tina. So Arg and Tina. Argentina go on a date. Can you guess where they go? They go to Chile's. Chile is this long, thin country along the west coast of South America. Chile. What did they order? I don't know what IA is, but whatever it is, they ordered a bowl of it. This is Bolivia. Bolivia, okay? A Bolivia. So Argentina went on a date to Chile's. They ordered a Bolivia. Okay, this country here, if you flip it sideways a little bit, would look like a big P. A big P that stands for Peru. Peru, okay? Peru is the big P. This country right here is right on the equator. It's right on the equator, and equator, I'm assuming in Spanish, means Ecuador. Ecuador equator, okay? This country here sort of looks like a cute little cartoon bee. You can see it's got a wing here, it's got a stinger down here, a wing here, an antenna, and an antenna. We're going to name this Colombia. Colombia, okay? Colombia. This country right here looks like the tail of a whale. A whale. You can see that tail of the whale coming out of the water. This is Venezuela. Venezuela, okay? Venezuela. Now, there's these three countries right here. They kind of make a sandwich. This is some bread, this is some bread, and this is the Spam in the middle, okay? This is a Spam sandwich. How you're going to remember this one, it kind of looks like a cross. And no offense to anybody here, but we all know that there was once a guy on a cross. A guy on a cross. Guyana, okay? This country is called Guyana. A guy on a cross. This country right here is the other part of the bread of this sandwich. This isn't normal bread, though. It's French bread. Of course, you have bread on the top, bread on the bottom. This is Guyana. This is going to be French bread, French Guyana. And this Spam in the middle, because it's a Spam sandwich, is Spam Suriname, okay? Suriname. All right, now you know the 12 countries and one dependency, which is French Guyana, in South America. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.
Okay, kiddos, let's fly around South America's physical features. Starting up north with the Amazon rainforest in Brazil, one of the most prominent features. And right in the heart of the forest is the Amazon River, you can see here. Moving north of the Amazon, the Guiana Highlands, plateau just north of the Amazon, as I said. It stretches into Venezuela and Colombia. The Llanos is a treeless grassy plain, which is also through Venezuela and Colombia. Likewise with the Orinoco River, which is one of the longest rivers in South America. We did that one on our hands-on geography sheets. The Brazilian highlands, a little bit further east, they stretch up into the sky as well, mostly rocky land. Getting into Venezuela, we have Lake Maracaibo, mostly known for its rich resources of crude oil. This one here, this is called Angel Falls. This is the world's highest uninterrupted waterfall. I included, of course, thinking of the movie Up. Moving now to the west, we have the Andes Mountains along the west coast. They are the longest continental mountain range in the world. The highest point is called Aconcagua. It reaches up 22,837 feet in the air. Also part of the Andes mountain chain, you have the Atacama Desert. It is one of the driest places in the world. A little bit further inland on the west, between Bolivia and Peru, stands Lake Titicaca, which is the birthplace of the Incas. It is the largest lake in all of South America. Moving down to the southern regions, you have the Pampas, very fertile soil in Argentina, grasslands. Also in the south, at Uruguay, you have the Rio de la Plata, which is an inlet where many of the Spaniards came into the southern region of South America. And last but not least, down there we have Cape Horn, which is the southernmost point of the Tierra del Fuego, also part of Chile. The last thing we need to look at is the culture and current events of South America. We'll be taking a quick tour around as we did in class. The Amazon rainforest in Brazil contains 50% of the world's rainforest land. Due to the deforestation that is going on for the lumber industry and to create roads, the rainforest is losing an alarming number of acres every single day. Further south in Rio de Janeiro, the Carnival celebration goes on every year to celebrate Lent. The samba dance, the the very ornate floats that there are there, large celebrations led by King Momo. Way off the coast of Ecuador sits the Galapagos Islands, an archipelago that was created thousands of years ago. They're known for their exotic animals, especially the giant tortoise, as John would tell us. Charles Darwin and his survival of the fittest played quite a bit of a role as they studied these animals. We spent some time talking about the Colombian drug trade, at the time led by Pablo Escobar, which trafficked a lot of cocaine up into America. And we looked at the economic status of the people of Colombia and why they would get involved, and of course, poverty played a large role. The Zika virus was a huge scare just a few years ago, and it still exists today. It was a disease carried by a mosquito that, especially with pregnant women, it was worried that it would get in their bloodstream and be passed on to their children, even here in America. The disease itself was called microcephaly, and the most noticeable side effect, or the most notable effect, was babies being born with smaller heads. The Incas were a great tribe in South America. They settled mainly in the Andes, and we took a look at their terrace farming, the way they would cut into the side of the hill, the way they created their aqueducts. And one of the more interesting aspects was when they would bring their mummified dead to the battlefields as supposed helpers in the battles. And last but not least, the Reverend Jim Jones and the People's Temple Church went down to Guyana in northern South America, where they set up shop. In the end, as they were being investigated, they committed mass suicide by use of cyanide. Well, there you have it. That was a quick tour around the political, physical, and cultural and current events aspects of South America. Hope you're ready. Hope you enjoyed the unit, and we'll be rolling real soon.